The vinyl top is completely ruined on the Caddy here. Like, these cracks are everywhere, the whole thing. This vinyl top is ruined, and I think there's a rust patch here because we get water leaking in when it rains. So one thing I've always wanted to do is actually just get rid of this vinyl top entirely. But if you know anything about these, this formal roof, the glass goes all the way out, but there's a thick mask done in black from the factory to match up with this outline here, and from the inside the interior trim also spaces way out like this, and you can see the defrost lines are only in the center. So to take off your formal roof and change it over and into a hardtop, you need to locate the back window and everything from a rather rare early 80s Cadillac DeVille Sedan, and that's exactly what is here. This is everything to take that vinyl top off and go hard top. So what it is the full perimeter back window, all the interior trim, which is, so the stuff that's in there is about this thick. So we've got the interior trim, we've got the exterior chrome, the brake light, fiber optic system, and of course the back glass. This is the roof lining, and this has been retrimmed recently. It's white-ish. Gonna try cleaning it, see if we can get the marks out and everything. I also scored the sun visors in white leather. Well, pleather. Today we're going to do something pretty epic. This needs to go away, and it's going away today. I'm going to start peeling off the chrome, take off the badges, and get all of this out of here, and this, and this, and then peel, whoops, and then peel off all of this damaged vinyl. There's a rust hole in here. In here somewhere, there is a rust hole. There is complementary rust in here somewhere, because there was a big streak of it coming down, and you can hear it. So I suspect, oops, I don't know, could you hear that? I think this whole strip here is just going to be solid rust. Got the chrome strips off the windscreen here, and the trick to getting them off is you get yourself a pick and you come underneath and hook the edge and just pull these clips out, and the chrome pops right off. But there's rust in here, because of course there is, and this is just all garbage that was tucked underneath those chrome strips. There's screws and stuff that hold that strip on. These ones are just clipped on. They pop off from underneath. So you need yourself a set of trim tools for that. This is the first of the bad news. There is rust all the way through here. Equally rotten in here. I just learnt something new. Cadillac drills all of the holes for all of the badges. So this is where the crest was. This is where a d'Elegance badge would go. So in order to fill that hole, it's lucky I've got 200 d'Elegance badges laying around. And I'm pretty happy to see that the rust just stops here. I'm going to play a game called Bad News, Good News. Bad news, rust. Bad news, even more rust. This entire thing was filled with body filler from the factory, and all of that came out because of the rust in here. So that's the bad news. The good news is it's not rusted through. So I think that we can get in here and blast it out with wire wheel, and then give this a really good treatment with anti-rust, and it will hopefully be the end of that, and then we can just seal this up. Okay, good news on this side, it's limited to here. If we come up here, there's just a very light amount of rust. Okay, so I've got these A-pillars stripped down, and there's some rust in there. This is really bad. The other side looks almost identical. And then up in here, around here where the leak in the roof is, it's pretty bad. A little bit right at the back here. Just that bit. What I didn't expect is in the drip cells. See, all through here. And of course here is just a mess. Time to take a break from peeling the roof. So we're gonna go for a spin in this quite lovely R33 GTR. Yep, they're genuine rays. It's a genuine GTR as well. This has been a real long process. As you can see, the vinyl keeps ripping apart because it's just so ruined, and it's just turned into dust from where the moisture sat on it. I'm very proud of that. This was all covered, and I hit it with the caramel wheel. This is what you call a caramel wheel. So this stuff here. And then we just, So the wheel takes that residue off pretty easily. Even easier if you can hold it with two hands. So I hit this with the wire wheel for a bit of fun and a bit of change of pace of peeling stuff. And I went over this. Went over the rest of it with the caramel wheel to get adhesive off. This is how much of the roof is done. And I filled up the trash with roof vinyl. Yep, so the bulk of the work needs to be done over here. And then get all of this off the back. Many hours later. This side's had the caramel wheel on it. Still need a caramel wheel that side. Got the trim off the back. If you can see, this is all masked, see that? So even though it's got a full width window, this is all blacked out. So this is why we needed that other back window to go into it. Now that I'm seeing it with the color-coded roof, I'm liking it a lot. Finished getting all of the sticky stuff off the roof. Next is to get these rivet heads out and then figure out how to fill that. One other thing. See that hole there? This rust hole is where the rain is coming in. So a bit more wire wheeling, and I'm going to give this car a thorough clean and a vacuum, sweep up, and get going with rust treatment. So just put down the rust treatment. Obviously the whole thing's masked up, but we got the rust treatment happening here, and back here and there. Okay, first thing is I'll put the opera light back on. So that's good, that's glued on there. Hopefully it stays forever. This is pretty much the worst Bondo job I've ever done. That's a pretty decent one. So that's where the big leak was. And the little leak here. And the little leak here. Filled all of that back in. So this is all short fiberglass filler. Did a much nicer job on this side. Did a much better job on this, but still, this is going to need a lot of sanding. Booked the Caddy in to get a new windscreen put in whilst all the chrome is off. And they're also going to be pulling out this glass and putting in the full width stuff. This is starting to come together pretty good. I can't help but feel that at some point I'm just going to respray the whole thing factory color. Just finished sanding and forming all this. There was a little bit of a divot left, so that's to fill out that last divot. That's pretty well sanded. It's pretty well sanded. This looked like the surface of the moon, so I'm going to redo that just quickly. But this is all nicely shaped in now. This side blended a lot nicer, except up here. Just there was a bit of a scoop I didn't like, so we'll reshape that. This, again, there was a little bit of a dip, so a little bit more body filler. Okay, so this is the filler primer. Just finished laying it down and it's setting up. It's about 32 degrees out in the sun and it's quite warm. Same as over here. Got to give all of this a clean up. Sand, like there's a few spots on this side. Couldn't quite see because it was in the shade, but now it's grey. I can see it. Is that black? Yeah. That's dripping. That's all sweat. This is disgusting. Got all of these little rivets out, so that's nice. I think I might just put rivets in. I just finished sanding it. It's not perfect, but none of the car's perfect, so it's good enough. Oh, and if you're wondering why I sanded it, put the breather on because I don't want to be breathing in all these chemicals and all that dust. I rubbed it down with 600 grit and then went over it with 800. It was being wiped with alcohol. Moved back the masks and gonna start feathering in some color here. Okay, first color coat is down. Oh, it's a bit patchy there. Very almost matches the car. Put the clear coat down. Before this sets up, I'm gonna start peeling all the tape and paint. Oh, sorry, all the tape and paper. And hopefully when I do a cut on it, the whole thing just pulls together. So I've got the masking off. You know what? I'm about 10 foot away. She's a good 10 footer. Yeah, 10 feet. That's a 10 footer. Look at that. That looks factory. Looks really clean actually. Okay, gonna do this super quick because it's raining. But we just got a new front windscreen put on. She's all polished up. The roof's been power polished and sealed with ceramic coat. These holes on the side now have a d'Elegance badge over it. I got the chrome back on. We got the full width glass put in. Just need to get the chrome on that. And we're gonna swap out the hood liner and stuff. Sorry, the headliner and stuff. And get rid of the original trim and put the white trim in. Okay, got the back window chrome on. And we just finished extracting the original roof that was completely falling apart as well. So that was rad. So we're gonna replace these back panels here, put a fresh top in, put the correct surround for the big back window. And yeah. What are you doing over there?
Gonna make noise.
Are you vacuuming?
Yeah.
What are you vacuuming?
All the gross bits.
All the neglect and garbage that fell out.
Yeah.
The original one did not survive the transplant. As you can see, this is the foam that makes it all cushy, but it also just broke down. That's the old hood lining, which is thoroughly ruined. And we just ended up cracking it up to get it out quick. And see, even on the back they put foam for whatever reason. These were the covers in the back. That's actually what they looked like when they came out, which is pretty damn gross. We just finished it up. That's what it looks like today. Topless. Got the chrome in on the back window. That's the new muffler you can hear after we blew it apart. That timing issue. Let's get close. Ooh, that sounds like fun times. But we got that done. Got the fresh badge work up on here and all the chrome back on. Got a new headliner in. It's white. Trim's white. Got new panels back there. That glove box and surround is new. It's all fresh chrome. Center console is new, fresh chrome. Around the gauges, new fresh chrome, and over the dash. That's different. It only has one crack in it. I may have forgotten to mention, that's the rear suspension from a Caprice Classic SS. It's FE3 in there now, baby. So it actually corners properly for a change. Gonna take it out for a couple of shows. Entered it into a couple of driving events. We also have to go to a wedding. So we're coming in the limo.